Bramborough back with Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. France campaign on legendary difficulty. One senses a shift in the course of the Second Franco-Italian War as it rages on. While there has been no single large-scale decisive battle at sea, the past months have seen frequent and intense clashes between smaller forces. The attrition has steadily gone against Italy. Although its force structure remains strong on paper, one can see the Regia Marina's posture deteriorating. This perceived trend of French naval ascendance over Italy will soon, however, become a stark, unquestionable fact as the main French battle force steams toward the Strait of Gibraltar. Well, we've advanced into December 1912, and Italy's not having a good time. Matter of fact, the head of their navy is really not having a good time. He's just been fired and kicked out of the country because of unrest in the Italian Empire. It's going to get worse for Italy, too. Can't really show it because of the window here, and as soon as I click out, we're going to be thrown into a battle. But this task force right here, that's the battle line. There's 8 or 9 dreadnoughts collected here with some cruiser and destroyer escorts, and they're on their way into the West Med. For some reason, we're decreasing relations with Austria in the North Atlantic. Tonnant, a booming class, has been ambushed by some destroyers. That could get dicey. Let's find out what happens. And there we go. There's first contact. Yeah, I didn't think we were going to be able to outrun them. We are angled away. We're distant, Can she outrun them? No. But by steaming away, she can reduce their closure rate, right? Give more time for the guns to work on the lead destroyer. I am going to keep her speed up at top, though. And we're going to rely on volume of fire. Okay, well that ought to slow that bugger down right there. Marquesa. Okay, yeah, next contact. Don't worry about killing them. Just slow them down and then switch to the next one. Yep, next one. This guy. Beyrand down. This guy, Giove, Fulminante. Okay. Hard left rudder. Didn't really need hard rudder there. Flash fires on Giove. Okay, that torpedo just expired its run or malfunctioned. Let's turn back around, get more guns to bear. Abendanza is now our next target. So far, this ambush isn't working out too well for the Italians. So far. Another benefit of that angled away target aspect. That when they do shoot, they're not that hard to avoid. Uh-oh. I think your best bet is just to go straight now. If that torpedo runs true, we're fine. Okay. Ooh. Sometimes they'll veer off course in a, quote, malfunction, unquote, that makes it look like they're homing on you. Yeah, I think we've just got one kind of full propulsion capable destroyer left. Nah, Abendanza's been slowed down as well. Okay, I think now we can kind of turn around and go back and clean up the cripples. She was reloading, but she had other launchers on her starboard side. She must have port and starboard torpedo launchers. Yeah. This launcher right here still had fish in the tube. Well, that was not really that crippled, is it? This is actually more dangerous than the earlier situation. More likely to spot torpedoes, you know, coming full on the beam or even ahead of the beam. Zinco is actually shaping up to be the most problematic threat for torpedo geometry. Let's turn away from her and shift our fire to her. Torpedo doesn't look like a problem. And that torpedo doesn't look like a problem. Could have been wrong about that. Let's turn away just a little bit. Okay, good. Oh, that thing very... That was a nice malfunction there. Zinko's at least been slowed in propulsion. We need to shift fire back to Amianto, who has cleared her. I don't know if she had propulsion problems before, but if she did, she's cleared them now. I think we're at a point where I can afford to slow to cruise speed to improve our accuracy a little bit. I think. Didn't mean to do that. Keza, 16 knots. Still got a full bag of torpedoes. Slowing down to below 12 knots. Got a fire going. She's flooding. Don't know. Okay, I don't have a problem with that target switch that the AI just did on me. Ooh! Turn harder. Rudder's up against the stops. Veered off course. I think we were going to avoid it anyway, but that last little course malfunction helped. Okay, I want to be going back this way. Relative to her. If I steam off in this direction, it makes it easier for her to get a better solution, actually. Well, turns out that was the right thing to do anyway. That was fortuitous. Not only did these Italian destroyers have a lot of torpedoes, they've got pretty darn good firing arcs on their launchers as well. Able to fire well forward of their beam. We've beaten off the ambush, and we've caused damage to all of these destroyers. It would be a win for a lone cruiser to exit battle now. I think I would like to remove these destroyers from the Italian order of battle, though. Which is a little bit of a risk. I mean, I could eat a torpedo at some point. I'm giving them a really nice target solution there. So let's just flip course with a hard turn right now. Yeah, more of that. There we go. I said Marquesa earlier. I think that's probably Marchesa. Let's watch those torpedoes. Giving her a pretty good target right now. Want to get these guns to all bear, and also be in position to shift fire to the next target. I'm shifting again because this other destroyer is out of torpedoes, and I don't know if that's because the launcher's been destroyed or if he had previously expended or if he had just launched. So, on the possibility of the last, case, just make a turn here, just in case there's fish over here. I don't think there are, but I just want to make sure. She's fighting that last bit of flooding there. Okay, Zinko just took a pop that probably wasn't even intended for her. She probably got in the way of the... That happens. We all know that happens in this game. It's more dangerous to be in the way of fire than it is to be the actual target. Alright, let's go make contact with these other destroyers. Well, hunted around for a while. Did not spot these other two. Now that I've exited out, you can hear that she did spot them. But, alright. Anyway, 4 destroyers sunk and 2 damaged, 2,000 victory points, and I can't exit out of this in-battle screen to go back and shoot the other destroyer. Yeah, 4 sunk, and heavy damage to these last 2. And apparently I was close to them when I decided I wasn't going to spot them. Okay. Transport losses. We did lose 1 transport in the East Med, which isn't terrible. And Italy lost 5. Which is interesting because the only ships we have in the East Med is that 1 task force specifically on protect mode, not invade. So, anyway, this aspect of the war is going well for us, too. There is another task force battle in the East Med, and that's going to be a cruiser fight. Okay, that's a pretty good one. And then I'm going to bet we're probably defending a convoy over here. We are. One of our Caymans and a destroyer against a couple of light cruisers. Okay. This is a pretty big light cruiser, though. Almost 5,800 ton, not one of the small ones. So this is going to be a little bit later tech. 4-inch guns. 21 4-inch guns. Oh my gosh. Can you say chain flash fire? Okay, we're down to X5. Oh, there she is. Yeah, that's a lot of guns. And those are all going to count as main armament. You know, if I took this hull into the ship designer and I tried to fit 21 on there, I don't know if I'd be able to do that. Let's zip around here. See if we can put a fish into her. Maybe not. She does have a torpedo capability of her own. Matter of fact, see if we can figure out exactly where those torpedo tubes are. Looks like just one each, port and starboard. A few little 1.9s. Look at all the... Oh my gosh. Look at all those bridge guns. Okay, she's turning to... Shift your rudder. There you go. I wonder if there's a way in the hotkeys. I should look. If there's a way to keybind hard left and hard right rudder. There probably is. It's probably already mapped, and I just don't know what the key is. Okay, we're in close. I don't want to authorize firing yet because that's not a great angle. Torpedoes away. Well, I think they're going to hit. Oh, I don't think she's surviving that. But all three hit. Oh. Man, she is flooding stem to stern. Just about every compartment was flooding there, almost. Okay, there's another light cruiser out. There she is. There's another light cruiser out here. Let's make sure, yeah. Vinjor's going in a perfectly fine direction there. Convoy is in absolutely zero trouble whatsoever over there. Not even remotely close to getting spotted. It's going to take Temeraire a little while to reload here. And this is a smaller cruiser. She doesn't have any torpedoes, and again, I don't know if that's because her torpedoes have been damaged or if she's already got a fish in the water. We're just turning just in case. She's flooded out regardless. All right, nice job, Tamer. Not sure how much Vinjor contributed to that. Not much. 980 damage compared to 11,000 by the destroyer, well over half of which was the 3 torpedo hits. That's pretty good, even at that close range. 3 hits in the one salvo, all 3 hit in that salvo, and no dud. So that's great. Before we fight this last task force battle in December 1912, let's just have a look at what is going on now that I can. So here we have the main battle line. We got 9 battleships here with an escort of 7 cruisers and 3 destroyers. We have to send them a couple more destroyers. It would be 10, but Ocean is still repairing in La Rochelle from the Battle of Yarmouth against Germany. And the other 2 battleships in this port are Diderot class. They're slower. They're slower. That's why I don't have them in the battle. Okay, so and they're not moving at the moment because they were collecting out here from the 3 Atlantic ports. Let's go ahead and tell them to come on into the West Med. I wish I didn't take time to look and see how long that was going to take. You know what? Cancel that. I can't cancel it. Can one cancel a move? But just issuing another move? Yeah. Okay. So this time I'm going to look and see how long this takes. 1 turn. Okay, good. I thought it'd be 1 turn. I just wanted to make sure. Because if they're going to be in there in 1 turn, then we can sortie out what we got here. We have Arouin, Charlemagne, in Marseille. That's a Diderot there. Invincible and Magnanime. Send those 2 ships out to join up. And we need a couple more destroyers in the group. So we'll send these 2. That'll put us up to 5 destroyers. Okay. And let's get... it's currently going to be a 12 battleship force. I think that's plenty. I'm not going to send any more. I'm just going to add 1 more destroyer. All right. So that rendezvous is here in the next month. Meanwhile, we've got this task force battle going on here that we'll fight here momentarily, which means that this task force Yeah, it is this task force here that is in this battle. So they're going to be going back into port even if they win. Even if they don't take any damage, I think they would go into port. So I need to surge another little cruiser group into the EMED for commerce protection. Are these Tunis ships ready to go? Two of them are. These guys. Got, it's the Berserker Squadron's turn. Just go ahead and pre-position. Give the orders for them to come out. So that they're on station next month. On protect mode. Okay. Let's have a look at politics. I'm not sure I haven't looked in a couple months exactly where we are with Austria. Minus 36. So slow deterioration going on here, but we're not imminently close to hostilities yet. Still somewhat buddy-buddy with Britain and very slowly improving with Germany at the moment. And we've moved up the list. We're apparently the second naval power overall. I'm not sure exactly how this is ranked. I think it must be a combination of active fleet and economy and public opinion and prestige. It's not any one of those things because it doesn't get ordered consistently. But there's probably some overall index that isn't shown that determines where one shows up on this. Because it does go up and down. Okay. We are spending a lot of money right now, and that is primarily because I put that battle line to sea, and so they shifted from in being to sea control, and that is costing. We were positive. It's expensive to send battleships to sea, so it should be that way. Okay. And it's okay to be spending that money. We've got 1.2 billion after all the money that we got from Germany. And we're fighting a war, so that makes sense there. I think we can increase our transport capacity just a little bit to ensure that we stay ahead of whatever minor transport losses. And at the moment, I don't see a reason to reduce the tech budget. I will say, though, we can afford to, right? Everybody else is still average, whereas France is very, very advanced. So I'd like to think that if I pulled the budget slider back down to, I don't know, 60%, something like that we would maintain the tech gap pretty comfortably. So I'm not going to decrease it at the moment, but in the future, especially if we go into peace and our budget gets cut, this is something I think there's room to there's some trade space here, right? Okay. Research. I don't think there's anything too terribly exciting here coming up real soon. We do have in 8 months a Dreadnought Improvements 2, and it's not entirely clear, but I think we may get some new hulls here. I'm not sure. we're getting somewhat close to knowing what our next cruiser improvement is going to be. It's not identified yet, but I gotta think we're getting close to battle cruisers. I mean, we're about to roll into 1913 next month, so that seems to be a little late to me showing up. We've got a tech coming real close in Control Station, but it's small towers, which I assume is probably light cruiser destroyer towers. Do you have a new turret mechanism coming up pretty soon? Yeah, this is a nice one. Advanced twin turrets. So whenever, you go to twin turrets and the triple turrets, when they first become available, there's a pretty significant penalty to them. And then it gets stepped down as the technology matures. And so we're just now getting to twin main armament turrets becoming fully mature to the point where there is no penalty. They've been pretty good for a while. We've been on this minus... there's been a small penalty to them, but this last tech, we're actually going to get an accuracy buff from the twin turrets, which all of our battleships are, and our cruisers. Heavy cruisers, anyway. So that's a good tech coming up, and I think... Yeah, see, like right now, if you look there toward the bottom, we're paying a minus 5% accuracy penalty for double turrets. In 7 months, that is going to switch over to a 5% accuracy buff. And as far as what we need to do to take advantage of that, I think that's going to be passive, in the sense that I don't think that's going to require a refit. But I'm qualifying that with I think. A few days ago, I would have said, yeah, this doesn't require a refit. However, I discovered I was wrong about that in terms of the marks on gun calibers. So now I'm a little leery, and I'm not 100% sure if we need a refit or not. I don't think so for this. And then in 2 months, we get some torpedo tube improvements. And that's where we are with research. I don't think anything is jumping out here as saying, ooh, new design or new refit as soon as it shows up. With the possible exception of this, because I don't know what this is going to bring. That could be interesting. Leon, Messina, and Dague against a group of battalion cruisers and torpedo boats. No destroyers here, right? So there's not a robust torpedo threat. There is a torpedo threat, but it's going to be very short range on these torpedo boats, I think. Yeah. These look like the older designs. There are torpedoes on the light cruisers. Some of the light cruisers. Alessandro is not torpedo capable. And neither is Formidabile. Formidable. That's formidable. Okay. Here we go. Dague has spotted the enemy. Let's see what we got here. Looks like she spotted cruisers. Yep. Okay. And I think that's all the cruisers. She's going to be taking all the fire. Let's go ahead and smoke her up. In fact, I'm going to zip her right around. Sin Leon and Messina headed off this way. Messina, not Messina. Let's make sure Dague stays targeted on this cruiser. Okay, as soon as you get a quality torpedo solution, that looks like a fantastic geometry. Torpedoes away. At least two are going to hit. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I don't think Scipione is going to survive that. That's a torpedo boat there, I think. Weather conditions are almost exactly canceling each other. Not almost, exactly canceling each other out. We've got a couple of buffs, we've got a couple of nerfs, it all works out to 0. Morning, clear, calm wind, smooth waves. A fine day for a naval battle at sea. Naval battle at sea that's probably redundant. I guess you could have a naval battle on a river, so it's not entirely redundant. Okay, I think that's a torpedo boat we just sank there. No. Yeah. That is a torpedo boat. Wait a minute. Looks like the cruisers are... No. Everybody on Formidable. Formidable. The heavy cruisers over this way a little bit. Leon and Messina. Oh, they are getting shot at a little bit. Dague drawing a lot of the fire over here. And she is between smokes right now. Oh. I think our cruisers can drop to cruise. It's looking pretty good. great for this Italian heavy cruiser here. Formidabile. Formidabile. I honestly don't know how that would be pronounced in Italian. She's just about sunk, though, so we don't have to pronounce it anymore. Oh. Took out a light cruiser as well. Okay. Pisa. Next target for Lyon and Messina. Okay, Dague is going to be ready to launch torpedoes again. Let's get her turned back around. Okay, just got this one light cruiser remaining, and there still may be some torpedo boats around somewhere. Well, okay, Dague didn't get a chance to shoot torpedoes. All the cruisers are sunk. And the torpedo boats are at least far enough away that they're not able to spot us either. And we haven't even reached 30 minutes yet, so we're not yet eligible for in battle. But unless we spot them here in the next 4 minutes of game time, I'm not going to extend to chase down a couple torpedo boats. Right. 5 heavy and light cruisers, and I guess we got 2 of the torpedo boats. There was only 1 remaining, which I don't know if we ever even spotted. 2,200 victory points, and so we once again prevail in the East Med, but this task force is going to be sent back into port. Damage received. Yeah, Dague took a little bit of damage, and so did Lyon. Messina did not, but the whole task force is going to go into port, which is why we have the other task force coming. Okay, that does it for December 1912, and we're about to roll into the new year, January 1913. All right, we've got our battle line coming over from the Atlantic with more battle wagons and supporting ships steaming to rendezvous. And then that force is going to start cleaning up the Italians. And their enormous fleet has broken up. It has completely broken up. Some are import Palermo, as we've seen before. There's 6 battleships and lots of cruisers and destroyers there. There is a battleship task force here off Catania. 5 battleships and a few cruisers. There's another group of battleships which has gone into port at Toronto. 4 battleships, various cruisers and destroyers. I don't think there's any battleships in these small detached task forces around. Those are mainly destroyers. Yeah. And then they sent one battleship into Cagliari, Sardinia. So there really is no Italian mega fleet anymore. The main task of our own battle fleet is really going to be trying to hopefully engage and clean up these now smaller battleship groups. And we'll see how that works out in future episodes. But that will do it for this one. If you like what we're doing with this channel, if you like this content, want to see more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, then leave a like, leave a comment, maybe even subscribe. If you're new to the series, the channel, and would like to see more episodes in this series that you may not have caught yet, I'm linking the playlist here. At any rate, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.